damn, a damn Alabama fan and proud of it. Gump Nation forever, brother.
Namath again faking, quickly finds his target.
Now cuts in. He's at the 40-yard line. He's at the 30.
Quick drop throws in the end zone.
Each number represents an expectation, a challenge that only a championship tradition can issue.
Pressure. Anders hits him. The ball is loose. Alabama, here comes the heat.
Cornelius Bennett.
Whoa, did he get lit up?
It is an endless passing of the torch that urges the wearer to enrich his legacy.
Brings pressure up the middle in a hurry. They can't get away from Dante. Alexander first down and more.
Richardson breaks free on the sideline. Turns the corner. Can you say goodbye?
Because at Alabama, tradition is not retired. It is built.
I'd like for people to remember me as being a winner, because I ain't never been nothing but a winner.
Alabama defeats Miami. Stallings has succeeded.
This is not the end. This is the beginning.
Roll Tide family. Good to have everybody in here. And just in case anybody just logging on and missed it, we are Bam Down, a damn Alabama family, and proud of it. Gump Nation forever, brothers and sisters. Welcome, everybody. Thank y'all for being in here. MFR Jones, AJ Jones. Y'all related? Anyway, thank you for being up in here. I see Roll Tide Rise Up, logging up in here. Now, if you can sneak off in somewhere and log in, brother, you know you're more than welcome. But at this time, I can't bring him on. He's working tonight. Just so y'all know, Reverend Phil So Good, he might come on tonight, but he is working. So if he comes on, it's going to be a little bit late. Jeff Stapleton, good to see you, brother. But at this time, let me bring on my brother, the one, the only, the myth, the legend, Alabama Tide. Come on down, sir.
It doesn't just roll out great players. He and his staff develop them. It's all about the process.
What's going on, AT? Good to see you, brother.
Glad to be here, man. I tell you what, it's been a heck of a day. We've been through all kinds of things up and down, inside. Now it's going to be a good time tonight. We're going to have a good time.
That is outstanding. Well, I know that you've already let us know you might have a little bit of medical issues. So if you guys slide up out of here, go ahead. We understand. No big deal. We'll cover it for you. And we just want to give a big thank you to the man behind the boards, Mr. Icebox. Thank you so much. He'll be popping in and out when he feels like it. And if he don't pop in and out, it's just because he don't feel like it. Just saying. All right.
There you go.
Before we get started, I have to say this real quick. I want to do a moment of silence for our brother, Bobby Sprinkles, and his family. He lost his mother, and I want to give respect where respect is due. So at this time, before we get started in the show, I just want to give some time for Bobby Sprinkles and his family. Amen. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. At this time, Icebox, if you'd be so kind, let's get started with what I love the most, the dedication for tonight. Please roll it, sir. It is my great honor to dedicate tonight's show to Jennifer DeLucia, 2023 Service Act Award, Boston, Mass. Citizen Honor Awardee. Jennifer DeLucia is known as a visionary who used her understanding of the veteran community. She really studied it, was part of it, and she took it all in. She took it to heart, as well as her knowledge of the private, public, and the political sector, to make a positive impact on the lives of veterans and their families. She has done so through various acts of kindness and spearheading the creation of a unique program for the Fisher House of Boston, where she is the executive director. She embodies the Fisher House of Boston mission to ease the burden on military veterans and their families during illness and or injury. And she goes above and beyond for our military and their families. So at this time, I'd like to bring AT on. Miss Jennifer DeLucia, I apologize if I misspelled you or mispronounced your name, but thank you so much for everything that you have been doing and continue doing for our military and our military families. Salute. What do you think about Jennifer there, AT? I know I misspelled it. I think she married a French man. Her last name is spelled Deluca. DeLucia. I cannot. I'm a hillbilly. I can't do nothing about it. But I have a lot of praise for the woman. What do you guys say about her?
She's a great woman, but we need more women like her to do what she's done. Because if it ain't just anybody can do what she has, her attitude and her ability to do things to help like that. So, all the respect in the world to her, Mr. Spencer.
Well, thanks, sir. Thank you. At this time, let's get on to the topic at hand. Let's cue that TVMA, if you would, back there, Mr. Iceball. Our topic at hand is shout out. So tonight we're going to do some shout outs up in here. The first one I want to do, I want to shout out to Deion Sanders. I really and truly do. He has proven everything that we have preached way back in CTS days. We preached this about what's going to happen with this NIL crap. We've been telling it what we're scared of, what's going to happen, and our Deion Sanders is proving us right. Deion knows that he is Showtime. Deion knows how to promote. But he is learning NIL is making great players quit working. Why do they need to work? Why do they need to train when they're already making the money? Why? They're getting that now money. That's the most money they've ever had growing up. They don't think they need nothing else. He's bringing in 5-stars. He's bringing in great talent. I mean, he is a great defensive back in the pro. He knows how to work it. He knows it. He has more. I'm sorry. I would put him, as far as his talent together, I put his knowledge of a defensive back against our great one, Nick Saban, any day of the week. Because he was that great of a player. He was. But he's learning now, when he's bringing these little teenagers up in the house, that he can't bend over his damn leg and spank like he could his son, that they think they don't have to work no damn more. I got my damn money. I got these cars. I got it going on. Look at this blanket going on. Look at all this. You know, they got it going on. They don't, and he's learning this the hard way. I mean, go ahead there, AT. What do you think about it, sir?
I agree 110% with you. You got a kid that gets up in there, all of a sudden he gets I don't know, say $70,000. He gets that pocket prosperity, and all of a sudden he's got. Of course, he's had these girls there to him all this time, but now he's got these girls on campus that are 21 years old, and all these older women and stuff coming after him, and he's got this money, and also he's got this car, and everything is just turning out roses for him. He can't see 5 years down the road that he's never going to play football again because something happened somewhere, and maybe he hurt his leg. He can't run no more. Now what's he going to do? He no longer has that money, but he could have had that education. Instead, he's worried about that money in that pocket that they gave him right there. And so they gave him that money now. Like you said, he's worried about that now money, that pocket prosperity. And that's going to ruin a lot of young men's lives, Spencer.
Yeah, we was worried about that. And I have to say this right here, right now, y'all. I've got to admit I was wrong. Because I'm one that said way back when that when Nick Saban got ready to retire, that I thought he was grooming Deion Sanders to take his place. Bringing him on with progressive, I mean, the duck commercials and everything. I really thought he was. But perfectly honest with you, this is a good time for Deion to learn, because if he'd come to Alabama, he had more money to work with, he'd have more useless players.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he didn't get here, but I got to admit I was wrong. Because I did say that. I really thought he'd be the one replacing the great one, Nick Saban. But I am tickled to death how wrong I am. Because Coach DeBoyer is doing the work, brother. He's putting it in. I'm so proud of him. I don't know what this is going to turn into. I'm going to have to sit back and watch. Get my popcorn and my drink and watch. But right now, the man's doing a damn good job. You got anything you want to add for that before I move on?
Yeah, Mr. DeBoyer, he everywhere he's been, he's proved he's a winner. See, Deion coached 2 years down there at one of them what's the name of that, one of them black community black colleges head I forgot what they called it, anyway, he coached there and he done good there, and he moved on to Colorado. And I said right then, when he was in that smaller college, it's easier to win because you can get them 1A Division I players to go down there to play. But now he's up here in Colorado. He's going to be going against the Nebraskas, the Alabamas, and all the big boys in the world. And now all of a sudden they went from a great coach to what they win 4 games last year after starting 3-0.
I think so, yes, sir.
3-0, 3-1, and they lost like 7 or 8 in a row. And they wound up 1-8 in their division. I mean, in the Pac-10, Big Ten, whatever the hell it's called, Pac-10, whatever it was. So yeah, he's still got a long ways to go as far as being a total head coach. But he's a great position coach as far as being a motivator. He's a great motivator, but you find out in her that transfer portal goes both ways. He lost a bunch of them this year.
Hey, Jeff Stapleton, I see your comment up here. No, I have not seen that. He says, did y'all see the NIL committee got fined $2.7 billion?
I didn't see that. I see when they're in contract.
I mean, what committee are you talking about, sir? Because every school has collectives. So I don't think there's one general NIL committee, unless you're talking about maybe the NCAA got sued. I'm going to have to look into that because that's the first time hearing it. I will look into that after the show that the NIL committee got fined $2.7. I have not seen that, sir. But anyway, I will look that up. All right,
take your old time, Rob. Yeah, that's where he coached.
University.
I couldn't remember the name of it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Jackson State. Thank you, old Rise Up.
It was. He did a good job there. I'm sorry he did. I mean, he brought a lot of attention there. He brought a lot of money there. He has this. He's got, but he's forgetting that the young kids coming in now are different than when he was growing up.
Right.
They got participation trophies. He had to work for what he wanted. He had to run that mouth and back it up. Now, the only thing they have to do is walk out there. They got the money. Want to do anything else?
Yeah, down there, all he had to have was 3 or 4 real good players like he did down there at Jackson State. He can have a great record. You have those 3 or 4 good players at Colorado, you're going to have a 3-9 record. Thank you, Jeff Stapleton. Appreciate that.
And Van, you wish someone owed you $2.7 billion? Brother, I'd be happy if somebody give me 2.7 ounces of marijuana. What the hell are you talking about, brother?
Woo.
Jesus Christ. 2.7 ounces of ribeye. I mean, come on, billion? Jesus Christ, man, you want the world, don't you, brother? I love you, man. You know I'm
2.7 billion. Woo! he ain't greedy, is he, Spencer?
No, not at all. All right, let me move on a little bit on a shout out department here. I want to give a shout out, and I've just been checking them out here lately. But Bussin with the Boys, a YouTube show. They interviewed Jalen Milroe, and I was quite impressed with how it went. Jalen said that Saban got him to come to BAMA because he talked to him like a father and a coach. He was going to Texas. He was all committed to Texas. But during that interview, he admitted that when he come with Nick Saban, the great one, the GOAT, that way he came across to him was he felt like he's going to be a father to him, and also that he's going to be a coach. He's going to take care of him and teach him at the same time. So I was very impressed with what they had to say, and I got to watch it too. I mean, I went back and watched it. They interviewed Booker first. Booker did good, but that's Big Booker. He was funny as hell, big old dude. I mean, what do you think their Icebox? What did you think about it, or did you even see the interview?
I didn't see the interview. I didn't.
Yeah. He did great.
I come on to give you a pretty face to talk to.
Well, I'm glad you did, because mine looks like ass. Anyway, that's aside from that. That's story for another day. But I will say this. I came away after watching the way Jalen Milroe handled that interview, and he was sincere. I am more impressed with that boy or that young man than I ever have been. He's going to be a starting quarterback. He's winning the Heisman Trophy. He's winning a national championship, and he's going to be a first-round pick in the NFL at the end of the season. I'm calling it now. He's got everything. Like the Bear said, I don't know what intangibles are, but this boy's got them. Every damn one of them.
How can you not like Jalen Milroe? I mean, he's just such a great kid. Now, yes, I shouldn't call him kid, but you know how it is when we get older.
Yeah, we're old.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, he is. He's just, I mean, I just love to watch him on interviews, love to watch him play football. Just everything about Jalen Milroe. I love it. Love him to death.
He's awesome. All right, now then, let me get to the next one. Big shout out to Locked On Bama with Luke and Jimmy. They do a great show. I do enjoy watching them. I don't always agree with them. Like, y'all definitely don't agree with us very much at all. But I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it a lot. They were talking about the colleges taking over the NIL. I'm going to break this down a little bit. I personally have been preaching this from day one, that colleges got to be the ones, because they're giving a scholarship. They're the one out of pocket to give the education. They're the one with all the attorneys. They're the one with all the damn money sitting back there. That they need to be the one control the NIL. Now, granted, they're going to have to get a cut because you got to pay for everybody else. But that's the only way they're going to get around this. I mean, what do you think, Tommy?
Who?
NIL money. Colleges taking it over. You gonna have to, if you want to buy a student, get them there, you just got to go through that college first.
All right. Do me a favor. Look over here at this picture. Look right down there in that little left-hand corner down at the bottom. What's that say?
Where were we talking?
Right down there.
Right here?
Yeah. You see right down there at the bottom where it says Icebox?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Ray. You got me. You got me. You got me. Here, now let me examine myself.
So now that it's my show again, I'll tell you exactly what I think.
I
You put
apologize, brother.
See, I got to laugh out of van. That's what I was trying to do. Yeah, I kind of wonder how well that would work out if they took over the NIL kind of stuff. What would be involved in that the colleges would take it over? Because it looks like to me, in order to you look at Ohio State, they poured out the money this year to buy all the players that they could do, and that's not fair to a college like Tulane and Buffalo and even Colorado. Alabama could stay in tight, but come on.
Hell, it ain't fair to us.
Well, even still, it's not fair to anybody.
Downs.
Caleb Downs.
Yeah, they got him. They bought him.
Yeah, $4 million. And that's what I'm saying. They buddy, if you want to buy a championship, I guess that's the way to go. And everybody knows it.
Go ahead. I got to differ with you on that one.
Go ahead.
We've already saw a proven example how that is so wrong. Texas ATM tried doing the exact same thing. They bought all them 5 stars. They didn't even make it. They didn't even win their division. They sucked all to hell because everybody they bought didn't even want to play. They had their money. They didn't give a damn.
Of course.
I mean, what do you think about that? Well, you think Ohio State's going to get the same thing?
Out of Caleb Downs, no. I think Caleb will play. He just don't. When he was here, he didn't strike me as that young man as a slacker. He's going to earn his money, seems like to me, and that's what I respect about him. Wish he was still here, but we don't have him. So I don't think he will. Now, the other players, with today's attitude, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to behoove Ohio State or not. I think we have a better chance as far as players playing hard for Kevin DeBoer simply because the way he is and what he's doing. Now, is he going to have slackers? Yeah, but I don't think he's going to have as many.
Well, let me ask you this on that topic real quick before we bring in the AT in here. I couldn't help it. With that being said, how do you think that Ohio State is going to run into the same problem that Texas ATM did? That they paid for all these great guys coming in here and they're not going to perform? Or I'll give you one better, because Texas ATM, there's a lot of them players who didn't get paid, and they left because they didn't get paid. So who has the most money, Texas ATM or Ohio State? Because Ohio State's promising a whole lot of people.
That they are.
What do you think?
I think Ohio State will be okay because being up here, teams like Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, there's not much more competition as far as getting quality players. Like Alabama has to compete with Florida, LSU, even Auburn, Georgia, even the Carolinas, Tennessee's, Arkansas. I mean, Texas and Texas A&M now. So it's like the pool is getting more divided out. Where up here, it pretty much stays with these like 3 or 4 teams, and that's it. So even though they're spending money for NIL, basically getting players up in there, I don't see where they'll have a downfall like Texas A&M did, is what I'm trying to get at.
Okay, all right. I'm really hoping you're wrong because it tickled me to death. But holy shit, AT's back. Let's talk to him a minute.
Okay.
What's up, AT?
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. I agree with you about a lot of this stuff.
Hey, he's nothing but a little shit ass. Don't worry about him.
I got a bigger shit ass. We talk about little. The biggest problem I had at Texas A&M was the head coach, guys. I mean, he won down at Florida State, done okay down there for a couple of years, and they thought they had the next Nick Saban. They brought him in down there and threw the money at every kid they could on the defensive side of the ball and on the line, and that's all they did, throw money at the guys with the wrong attitudes. And when you give the wrong money, give a lot of money to the bad attitude, you're gonna get a bad team or a bad attitude out of the team, and then they're gonna be 8-4, 7-5. They're gonna be average. So you could save all that money, it still went 7-5 with a bunch of players wasn't as good. It's all about the upstairs. If the kid's got a bad attitude and you give him a lot of money, guess what that's going to make, come out of it.
I like this one right here. By the way, the question was asked, how much money did they pay Seth? We paid him to take Seth. We didn't give Seth no money.
That's a good one.
No, we bought a plane ticket. We didn't pay nobody to take his sorry ass. Oh, Godfather, welcome, brother. Good to see you, man. All right, right quick. Let me ask you this, AT, if we have to run again.
Okay.
If on the NIL, all the colleges agree to make it equal amongst all of them, that they will pay a certain percentage of all their TV contracts to the players of all their sports. Do you think that would change anything, or do you think you're still going to have NIL getting guys and everybody just getting a piece of the pie?
Well, if you got the NIL, instead of what Nick Saban tried to tell everybody what they need to do, and we sat here and told them, Spencer on here, we told them. Nick Saban talked about revenue sharing. He didn't talk about players not getting paid. That revenue sharing, if they'll do revenue sharing, you might be able to control a little bit of the NIL. But if you're not doing revenue sharing, that NIL is just going to get bigger and bigger and be more of a beast and more of a beast. What's $4 million today, be $8 million tomorrow. And then it's just going to just keep going out of hand. So they're going to have to figure out a way to keep the money down home a little more as far as the revenue sharing can put us back to like it used to be. You get revenue sharing, you still pay the kids behind the scenes, and nobody's supposed to know about it. That's how it's always been. Nobody wanted to talk about it. Everybody did it, but it wasn't as rampant as it is now. Give a kid $4 million to come up there at Ohio State after being committed to Alabama or wherever they go for the money. That's all it is. But I'm right there. That's the way I feel about it.
I got a question, if it's all right.
Go for it, brother.
Would it make sense to pick your lowest affordability of a school of what NIL they could spend versus that all the other big name like Alabama's and Ohio State's and on and on and on? You cannot go over this. It's capped. Is that feasible?
It should be capped.
Yeah.
I think it should be yearly. And I think it should be, that's when I said it should go back to the colleges myself, go through them. And they should do a contract with these young guys. I mean, that's the only way you're going to get by the labor laws. We're giving you this. For this, we expect you to have this much grades, at least a 3.0 grade point average. We expect you to be at practice every day. We expect you to be in class every day. Unless you're on the road, training or at a game, then we expect you to be with your tutor. There should be stipulations there to help these young men and women in all sports for their future. Everybody ain't getting that big money.
That's right.
But all these young athletes have made it the first step, getting through high school and getting into a scholarship program or walk-on. But hell, let them at least get the education to make it in their lives. That's my point of view on that one.
Well, when do they get paid?
When do they get paid?
Mm-hmm.
That's
right now. Right now. If I signed a paper saying I'm coming to you to play football, when do I get the money?
Well, some of them get paid right then. I think the guy who just came back to us, I think he went up yonder to, Iowa, Idaho, and got the money and came back.
Mm-hmm.
I think they gave it all up front.
Did they now? Looks like to me.
I don't know.
Looks like to me, if you're going to have that kind of money or any kind of thing like you're talking about, certain grade average and certain performance, it comes at the end of the year. And I'm not talking about the football year. I'm talking about the end of your, say like you're going for a bachelor's degree or whatever you're going for. At the end of the school year, that's when you get your money. That's the way it ought to be.
What do you
After
think,
performance, not pre.
Yeah, I understand. Maybe I mean I don't know if they'll wait for all year. You might have to break it up in payments, like pay them once a month or once every 2 weeks or however you want to do it. But I agree with you. Don't pay any of it up front, but very little. Because if you give a kid a whole lot of money up front, he's gonna get this up here messed up so bad you can't ever get him back.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a little up front just to take the pain away, so to speak, if you will. But then make a payment, and pay him like that. You can't give it to him all up front.
I agree with that one. But I want to bring up what Van said right here. And I'm going to bring it to you because I have to say this. He goes, all right, Ryan Day right now. He's convinced all these donors put all this money out to get all these players. They went all in. I mean, they threw all the chips on the table. They're calling. If they do not win, let me rephrase that. When they do not win the championship this year, and I even say lose Alabama, and Alabama wins the championship, should that man, Ryan Day, just quit coaching altogether? Should they just fire his ass right then, be done with it, because they gave him everything that man asked for?
Yeah. Fire him. Give his money back.
I understand. I agree totally. If he can't do it with everything they just went in, it's like a Dumbo Fisher moment. We gave you all this fucking money and you didn't do shit with it.
They're expecting to win the national championship this year.
Yep.
And if they don't, he's got to be gone.
That's true. But let me throw this up here right quick while we're on this subject. Believe it or not, the state of Virginia actually did college football a major favor. They really did. They passed legislation allowing colleges in Virginia to pay NIL, which means you go through the college to pay them. And I think it's great because the college could go in there and get a four-year contract on somebody. Let's say AT Butt Plug is willing to give you $2 million for 4 years. All right. So that you sign it. Well, your guy comes in there, he leaves after 2. Well, you still got 2 more years on that contract that you can offer to another athlete. See what I'm saying? You still get the same butt plug money, but you can divide it up between people. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense to me when you put it in a butt plug way.
Just saying.
I didn't like the way he said AT butt plug.
I'm proud he didn't say icebox, I'll tell you that.
After he said that, I forgot what all the hell he said. I started reading what Van Cracker Cunningham talking about.
I can't say the T word, so there you go.
You might as well squeal like a pig, AT.
Ain't that the damn truth?
I think it's too lubricated right now. But anyway. All right, now then, to the next one.
I'm suffering, guys. I'm getting there, though.
I have no mercy, brother. I'm sorry. I don't. Never have, never will.
That's okay.
My
That's
kids
fine.
are just as bad. I could
We're
cut
good.
my arm off and be
Don't
laying
bother
there.
me.
My kids will laugh like hell.
Laugh,
Help
all right,
picking that
I'm
arm
waiting.
up, old man. That's my kids. But anyway. All right, I got another shout out to do. This is a big one. So proud of him. Coach Nate Oates. Big shout out. Big shout out. He has done something that I never thought could happen to me personally. For me to give a damn about men's basketball, college basketball. Because I never have my whole fucking life. I never have. All thing I thought was a bunch of damn showboats. There was no strategy, no nothing. I didn't give a shit. Women's basketball was different. Major different. They played, they schemed. I enjoyed watching them. Men's I didn't. But Nate Oates gave me a new understanding of a different way to play basketball, and he's brought it to Alabama. Now, Alabama better get off their damn ass and build that fucking new stadium. That's all I'm saying, Alabama. If you listen, get that damn new stadium built. But for him to be recruiting like he is, he's a master of the one and done, in my opinion. And just for the record, welcome, Clifford Omari. Is that how you say his name? Omari? Welcome, sir. Welcome the Alabama family. I mean, what do y'all think about Nate Oates, what he's done?
I
I'll go.
love it
I'm
to
going to go
death. I
ahead.
mean,
Go ahead.
back who we're talking to.
You might as well
I
go
just
before you
want
have.
to say, okay.
The
Yeah, I
running
mean,
man.
back when we were the running man, you damn straight. But this is here, Mark, he done Mark, all the other players are so good and he done good. But since then, we ain't had nothing to that extent. But this guy's come in and he's I think given the right, like you said, you say in stadium or arena, but if they could build an arena and give him everything like they gave the football everything, we'll be a power and buy basketball just like we're a power in football on a year-to-year basis, no doubt about it. I mean, Nate Oates, hey, give him what he wants, give him what he needs, and do it today, not tomorrow. Tomorrow might be too late. Go ahead, Icebox or
You
Spencer.
got to keep in mind, Alabama and these schools down here are mostly known as a football team, football area. We're in the South. We're in the heat. We don't get out there and play basketball. Basketball is an inside sport. That's more for when cold weather states like I'm in now. So we're not used to Alabama or any, outside of Kentucky, being a national championship caliber teams. So now, and we've had our progressions. We had Wimp Sanderson, and Mark, somebody I can't remember his last name. He done okay, but anyways, we have slowly progressed since Nick Saban has took over at football, and he just not only done football, he done for softball, volleyball, on and on, baseball. He wanted the whole school to be updated, you might say. And that includes the basketball team. They actually fed one off the other by bringing in recruits to see a basketball game, and they also done it for the other way. But you can thank Nick Saban for all that. He went through several coaches, and we finally landed Nate Oates, and he has took off with it. I love basketball myself, and I'm loving it. I'm hoping Alabama goes all the way this year, and last year was the best year yet. I think that was a great accomplishment. I really do, and I'm proud to see it. That makes us an all-around school. To put it in Kangaroo Black's words, we're an all everything school now.
AT?
I'm right there with you. Like I said, I enjoyed the basketball teams over the years. I ain't watched them as much as I do football, obviously, but Nate Oates is going to be the one that puts us where we want to be. We're already at Final Four, and we're going to get better. Give him what he wants. Greg Burns, don't wait. Like I said, tomorrow might be too late. Go ahead, Spencer.
All right, well, before I pass this, let me answer. I wanted to react to what Icebox said about Coach Nick Saban doing it all and making all this possible. I will say that he was the start of it. I'll agree with you on that one. But I'm going to give it up to all the fans of Alabama. Everybody went to stadium. I mean, granted, it took all them 6 championships to bring all the attention back to Alabama, but it brought the money into Alabama that Alabama could afford to spread it out to make the other sports better. So you are right, Nick Saban. We can give him gratitude, the great one, the GOAT. But it's also the fans, everybody that bought in, who spent the money, bought the jerseys, did all that, stood in line, all that. I do appreciate all the fans and thank them a lot too, because the whole, Nick Saban's with us, 16 years?
I think 17.
17 years? Well, I'll forget that first year because it wasn't not a good year. Anyway, 17 years, he was with us, but everybody bought into him. Everybody bought in. So I want to thank everybody for that. Women's softball, but everything is great. Now to my next question. And I'm going to go with you first on this one, AT. When? I ain't going to say if. I'm saying when Coach Nate Oates wins the basketball natty this coming season. People are going to come off their hip. they're going to dig down in the dirt and bring out gold. I'm talking about NBA and everybody's going to come after this man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that he's going to stay with Alabama because he's feels this desire to build a program, to do something that nobody else has done at Alabama? Or do you think he's going to take the money and run?
If it's the right NBA team, he's gone. I don't see why you'd go anywhere else, because when he builds Alabama up to where he wants it, he's not going to have to rebuild it again and again and again. So, I mean, unless he just wants to go to some big Duke, Kentucky, North Carolina, some kind of traditional powerhouse and that, I don't know why you go to any other college. But if the right NBA team comes along, yeah, he's gone, man, because then you don't have to recruit 365. You don't have to worry about all that stuff. He just gets some players on the team, gets them under contract, and he works half as much. I mean, that's where I think his next step would be the NBA.
All right. Mr. Icebox, what do you think, sir?
Money talks. Bullshit walks. That's all I'm going to take. No, I hope he stays. I really do. But, talk to Saban before you do it. I'll tell you that. He went pros. He come back. It's a different game. But, NBA's got the money. They'll pay him if he wants him. I'm afraid he'll be gone. I hope he stays at least another 2-3 years to build a really good program. That way they can do like we did this year. Saban stepped down and Kalen DeBoer stepped in, and I think he's done a great job. So I'm hoping that Nate Oates could do the same thing, build us up to a basketball school. And I'm not talking about just a fly-by-night one. Look at Gonzaga. Gonzaga. They done real good. Gonzaga. I'm from the South. I talk funny. So anyways, they played 1 year really good in the Final Fours, and look what's happened to them since then. It's like every year you hear their name, and they're a basketball school. They got a good coach.
Well, here's my take on it. Well, first I'm gonna have to on the Gonzaga. Wasn't that where you put marijuana in a tampon wrapper and you rolled it up, made a big blunt? Was that not a Gonzaga?
Yep.
Anyway, beside the point. Beside the point.
Them Basangas, not Basangas.
But anyway, that's a Southern thing. Sorry, y'all. But anyway, beside the point. But as far as Nate Oates, this one's hard for me because his demeanor, personality reminds me a lot of Nick Saban's personality. And when Nick Saban first got here, after his first natty, everybody said, he's gone. He's going back to the NFL. Mm-hmm. He's gone. The next one, the next one, the next one. And he ended up making more money as a college coach than he ever would have as a NFL coach. But when it's all said and done, more opportunities, more everything. I could be wrong on this one, but my gut's telling me I think he wants to do what Nick Saban's done. That he wants to be known as the greatest college basketball coach, and it's at the University of Alabama. He did something that nobody else could do. Mm-hmm. He's going to set the standard so damn high that it's going to take a miracle for anybody to touch it, and he gets to carry that with him the rest of his lives. That's just me. I'm thinking he stays, but you're right. Somebody comes up to you, $1 million, $1 billion. That's hard to turn down. I can't deny it. We give you a private jet, you own a helicopter, and we pay for the damn pilot. I agree. That's hard to turn down. Mm-hmm. I cannot deny that.
Do you think we have a chance or a possibility of winning the national championship and the basketball national championship in the same year?
Yes.
This year?
Definitely do.
Yes. The only thing I'm worried about this year would be I'm worried about our softball girls. I had high hopes. I'm winning a natty this season. Baseball's on the right way. We've already done it in the wheelchair basketball. We've already got all them championships. So, yeah, we could wrap up this season with a boatload of championships for the University of Alabama. Yes, I think, to answer your question, yes, I think we got the team, we got the coaching staff for DeBoyer to win the championship his first year. I really and truly do. Nate Oates,
Amazing.
yes, definitely. He might not, depends on his players, but I think he's there. He's got it.
Be interesting
AT?
if we did.
I sure would appreciate it if he did. That's for damn sure. I tell you, like I said, the pros, if the NBA, I don't know what his aspirations are for the NBA. If it ain't the NBA, then I don't think he'll leave Alabama because I think they're going to give him what he wants. Greg Byrne can give him everything he wants there, and I think he'll be happy at Alabama. I mean, so far everything looks turned up roses.
Okay, so if let's just say let's say when we do this, we're gonna win the football championship and the basketball coming up. We got it. So do we call ourselves 2-time then? No, we can't. We've done 2-time, 4 fucking times. We can't do that.
Yeah, we're the 2-time, 4-time.
That's just degrading. That we've already been there, done that, spanked its ass, and sent it on its way.
I'm sorry.
I'm just asking on that one.
We actually would be the 4-time, 2-time.
Right, 4-time, 2-time. All right. Now then, let me give another shout out right quick. Shit, I'm running 15 minutes. All right. Josh Pate. I do love Josh Pate's show. Now, he's another one that I do love his show, but I do disagree with quite a bit. But I like how his mind goes. I like how he's thinking. And I love the interviews this man gets. So obviously he's got some money behind him to pay for some of these interviews, which we don't have. Anyway, Josh was talking about the issues with the new college football 12-team playoff coming up. It's coming up. So, I mean, you got, what are we looking at? Total games played, if you go the full distance, 16 or 17? 17 games.
Boatload.
8 to 12 regular season games, is it not?
12 regular.
Yep. Then you got your first round. So
no, you got your division championship.
Okay. You got your first round.
They are too. SEC. SEC's taking the 2 top teams to play for one.
Yep.
So
they are.
So there's 13.
Yep. Then you're going to have your first bye.
Yeah, your first week will be you have 4 teams with a bye, so you have 8, 4, 2.
Yep. You'll have 8 games. It depends on where you're at. So that's going to be 14. Let's just say everybody. Then you're going to have your next round. Let's see, that'll cut it down to 8. Your next one will cut it down to 4, if I'm thinking correctly. So you're looking at 14. Yeah, it could be 15, 16, probably 16 games.
Yeah.
And that's an NFL season.
That's a lot of injuries right there, too.
It is.
A lot.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about tough teams
Not counting the number one factor that everybody's forgetting. And I'm a fan of football. I love college football. God, I live for it. I love it. If y'all haven't figured that out by now, y'all got your head up your ass. I love it. But the number one thing for college athletes, y'all expanding all this, y'all hurting their education. Unless they can go pro right off and get their money, go back to school, get their damn diplomas while they're still doing pro, you're hurting these people's education by doing all this. That's just me personally. All right.
Right.
All right. Now, with that being said, Josh Pate, thank you. He had a commenter on his show, Jason Walters. He brought up a good point, and I want to read this off real quick. He said, quote, "It's ridiculous to even play a conference title game with the new expanded playoff teams or potentially playing more games." Same thing we're talking about. So why aren't we even doing a conference game?
Right.
Because we spend money. It's money.
Yep.
Especially in the
watch
SEC.
Team play.
You know they'll fill that stadium. TV time, commercials, That's why we're doing it. I'm just
Yep.
saying that, Jason. You're right. I agree with you. There should be no reason for it, except for the almighty dollar, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Almighty dollar.
Yep.
All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, the next shout out. It's a little personal. Can't help it. I got to shout it out. I want to give out a little shout out to Spencer's After Hours. He did a little rant about Eli Pritchett.
So,
But before I get into that shit stain, I want to do a correction on my show. I did it. I fucked up. I didn't realize it till I rewatched it, and I realized that my emotions got way ahead of me, and I spoke out of turn, and I want to correct it tonight. When I said, Eli, I understand, man. I understand that first one, that first conviction. You got out there, your little wee got hard. I understand that one. No, I don't. I was wrong. I was trying to get to the now one where him spinning his tires doing the stupid shit, and I misspoke. And I want to apologize for all the ladies out there, for everybody out there. It is not okay for anyone who has knowledge of an STD to go out there and spread this shit around. Now, if they want to share it with their partner, they want to put a Michelin good wrench steel belted rubber on, and they both agree to it, that's one thing. But to go out there and not tell your sexual partner that you got an STD, that is wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong. And I was wrong. And I want to apologize for that. I did not even, like I said, I was tied up in my emotion. No excuse. I was fucking wrong. He should never done it. It was stupid. And I'm just putting it out there. So I'm going to just let y'all that. But with that being said, what did y'all think about the Eli Pritchett's, what he did? What y'all's input?
He screwed up.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're all right. Go ahead, AT.
Go ahead, AT.
I agree with you. I mean, he screwed up. You know, this time he got caught speeding, and then whatever else he done past that is plain stupidity. Because there's Elijah, they know you. You can go anywhere you want to go down there in Tuscaloosa, and they're going to know you. You can run off or whatever you want to do, but they're going to come and go. Need you to come to the door, Mr. Pritchett. We're going to have to put you in cuffs, take you down to the station, and find out why you did it. You know, so you can, if you make a mistake, you got to stay there, own up to it, and pay for your mistake, and don't, you know, and try not to do anything like someone said, stupid. That's colossally stupid, because every time you do that, the NFL's watching, and when it comes draft day, you costed yourself millions and millions of dollars for a stupid mistake. Go ahead, Icebox. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, let me say this much. Godfather's right. I sat here and counted them up a while ago. It is 17 games. If you
17.
win it, and that's if you're at the bottom 8. If you are not, if you're one of the top 4 teams, it'll only be 16
because you'll get a bye.
You'll get a bye. That's correct.
Right.
Yeah, that's correct. Eli Pritchett, you're stupid. I'll tell you just like it is. You're stupid. Tony Mitchell, bless his heart, you know, he got caught with marijuana and everything else. You never heard anything else about that young man getting in trouble after that. We all pulled for him. We all sat here and said, we hope this man straightens his life up and does the best and does good. And I've never heard another ounce of trouble out of him. Well, he hit the transfer portal this year. Right. Okay. I was hoping he would stay and get some playing time and see what his work and decision making has done for him. And maybe he will still pay off at the next team that he goes and plays for. I hope he does. I really do. But Pritchett, this is twice. You got busted.
Yep.
You know, that's stupidity, because you look good in the spring game this year. Nothing bad to say about you at all. And then you go do this, you screwed it up. You know, count you. Tony Mitchell, I can understand. He made a mistake, and he's a smart man and went the way that he should have went and done a great job. You're just plumb stupid. You just screwed it up.
Yep.
I agree. All right, here's my last one. I want to run by y'all. Shout out to Elephant in the Room.
Watch it.
Jay Corker, our great quarterback, sits in there. He does an awesome job. He's just a good old boy sitting there talking football. I love listening to him. You know, they talked about that they feel that Alabama is behind in the NIL recruiting financially and all because the great one, Nick Saban, didn't need all that because of his name. And the boosters wasn't already putting the money out there. That's the reason he got in trouble going out there in front of the boosters, preparing them to give more money. AT, what do you think about that statement?
Well, I mean, they called it the Saban discount. You know, they didn't have to give that much money because the Sabans are there. As long as they had Saban, we'd get discounts. They had to pay a player $2 million. We could only give him 500,000 or whatever number you want to throw out there. To that extent, it is true. We might have got a little bit of a discount because of who Saban was. But I mean, behind Texas A&M and Texas, yeah, them teams got the money. I mean, definitely they got the money, but we're not that far behind money-wise. No, I don't think we're probably about fourth or maybe fifth at worst money-wise. I really think we're close to it as far as what a player is going to want to play because Texas, for all their name brand, for all their power, all their stuff, until Sarkisian wins a championship out there, he don't have that pull, that draw as much as it would as at Alabama. But other than that, I'm right there with you on that. I think I think we got the money. I don't think it's that big a deal as far as total money. I think we got it.
Icebox?
No comment.
No comment.
Nope.
All right. Well, here's my comment on it. I don't know for a fact because I wasn't there when the contracts were signed, but I know we got some great players through the NIL while Nick Saban was there. We got a multi-million-dollar quarterback. We got quite a bit. He picked and chose who he needed and wanted. That we do know. We all know that. So to say that he's behind, I can't go there. And Mr. Corker, I love you to death, brother. You're the most unorthodox runner, passer. I mean, you're almost like, but you still won. And I rooted for you. I was there. I mean, I got drunk or shit watching your ass. I love you, brother. Corker, I love you, brother. Jake, man, straight up. But you're going by the NIL people who entered this spring, making your judgment that we're behind because we didn't get the people who were in at the end of spring. I got to disagree with you because the people who were still left, DBs and all, linebackers and all, who were still in the portal, looked at Alabama and looked at the talent. Granted, no, hardly any experience. We are young. I ain't denying that. We are very young. I agree with you on that. But they're looking at, can I beat that person out to get a starting role? I'm transferring. I need to get to the NFL. Can I go to Alabama and beat that young talent out to see the field? We're set. We're good. Now, we need more depth. I won't deny that. But for somebody to take from another college with experience to come to Alabama, they got to look at who we got at receivers. They got to look at we got defensive backs. They got to look at this. And they're going, I don't know if I can beat them out. I ain't willing to take that chance. So on that one, Jake, I have to disagree with you, brother. Love you to death, straight up love you. But on this one, I got to disagree with you. Does anybody got anything else to say before we slide up out of here? We're on the hour mark.
It's a good shout outs. I happen to like what you said there at the end. Everybody, you got this young talent. We got a new coach coming in here with a new system, and it's not going to be the same way as Saban did. Same way with the defense. You're going to have more quality players coming in that's going to fit into that system better. Just because you're some 5-star wanting $4 million, you might not be fit right for our system coming down in here. I like that. You've got a young team coming up with some talent. Just because you're the biggest and strongest doesn't mean you're going to be the fastest and the smartest. So that makes a big difference. I like what you were saying there.
AT, you got any last words?
No, I'm good. I just absolutely this NIL, until we get this damn bull by the horns or whatever and get this damn thing wrestled down, that with a transfer portal and all that, this game is going to be in such a state of flux. It's going to be impossible to know who's going to be where from Monday to Tuesday, let alone from freshman to sophomore season.
Well, outstanding. AT, Lisa's got lotion on her, brother. I mean, but if you would, Icebox, take us out with some great words from Bear Bryant.
All right, bud.
Shit.
Hey, chat room, y'all were great tonight. Thank y'all very much. We'll see y'all next time.
You've got to be better in all three areas of life, which of course are spiritual, mental, and physical. You must be able to discipline yourself. If you don't learn but one thing out of football, it'll be worthwhile. There's certain sacrifices that you will have to make. There are going to be many sacrifices you have to make in later life. To fight. Oh, I don't mean fist fight. I mean to get up and come back and get up and come back and get up and come back again after you've been knocked down. And that could happen to you in later life. But if it does, you're going to know how to handle it. There's no one that ever has or ever will accomplish anything alone. I've read about self-made men. That's Tommy rot, as far as I'm concerned. I don't even know how to define intangibles. And I know that if you learn these lessons, you'll have it. And if you have it, you'll win, and you'll be better prepared in those three areas of life that we've been talking about. That there are going to be times for everyone that you're going to get discouraged. But if you never lose sight of your objective and never give up on yourself, if we do that as a team, 11 at a time, 4 years from now, why, you'll be walking out of here